35 years.
It's older than me. That's mad.
So we're starting with 35 years. 35 years of what? 35 years of Splashy Fen.
Mad.
Right? So Splashy Fen is South Africa's officially longest running official festival, commercial music festival.
Amazing.
Which is something, because I mean there's a lot of amazing festivals that have come and gone, and it's like trying to keep a band together, right?
Yeah.
Trying to keep a band together is hard work. Anyone who is in one knows this. Unless you are related to the people, they tend to flee at some point.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
It's a wild ride. And festivals are much like that too. They come and go. It's hard to coordinate. It's a whole village that has to be set up, especially for a festival of this size. It's humongous. There's like 6 or 7 stages running. There's like insane amount of performers going down, from musicians through to fire dancers and flow performers and puppeteers, and it's a crazy coordination that goes down. And interviewers like myself who then throw that into the mix too, and interview amazing artists like Apple.
Hi everyone, I'm Gule, by the way.
Welcome to the Diverse Creative.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure. Thank you for joining me.
Of course.
So like I said before we started, we're just going to talk shit, right?
Let's talk all the shit.
And I kind of just go with the flow of the conversation. Now, obviously, we're here to talk about your music and about your festival experience. So let's start with you as a musician. How would you describe Apple Gule?
Oh man, I was talking to my brother about this other day, and this year marks freaking 12 years in the industry, which is nuts.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm definitely blessed that I can still do this as a vocation, after all these years. But there's been so many chapters and evolutions of me as an artist. Like, I started off with pop and soul, and then I went to a lot of dance things, and then I always wanted to go back to having my band and feeling that realness again. So it kind of reinvigorated the passion, and then to be honored and blessed to perform at Splashy with the band for the first time at my first Splashy. Are you kidding? So yeah, I think
it's like all the dreams coming together.
Yeah, it's hello, you know what I mean? So I think in terms of that, the evolution of music, where I'm at in this chapter of Apple Gule is live, raw, sing with emotion, and just, express yourself, which I think music should always be.
Always. And I love that. I love the fact that you want to hold on to that real.
Yeah.
The realness
of you. That's how I started, so that's how I should pay respect to the music as I continue.
Yeah, absolutely. So who makes up your band currently? Because as we say, bands fluctuate like the wind.
You know what I say? I have been the lucky one who has been able to keep a solid band. I think it's because 3 out of the 4 members don't drink. So everyone's kind of got their shit together. But the band consists of myself, of course, Zam on guitar, Chris on the bass, and then Gareth on the drums. And all those guys are absolutely top tier at what they do.
Amazing. Yeah. That is really cool. I mean, having a band that sticks together means that they've grown with you musically, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and as you said, your music transitioned from something more like pop soul through to what it is now.
You know what? I don't even know what to call it now, but I would say it's soulful pop country. I know.
Soulful pop country.
That's a fucking mouthful, but that's it has all those elements, and we somehow made this unique little blend, which I'm sure you'll come in here tomorrow when I perform.
Yeah, and I can't wait, because I obviously have never had the opportunity to see you perform live. So give me a little idea of what I'm likely to expect from a show.
So I pride myself on sounding as good live as I do in recording. So you're going to hear a very good vocal performance. And I think every single person, like I said, is unique in their own way. They are the best at what they do. They played for numerous bands before. They're professionals. When I talk about professional, warm up an hour before type of thing. No drinking before a show type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you know that at least when you get on stage, you're going to rock it to the best you can technically.
Yes.
It's up to then, the crowd to feel the energy. So
absolutely.
I will bring my all on that stage. And I hope you rock with me.
Definitely, I'll be there. And I mean, as you said, it's main stage at Splashy Fen. Now, I will take a walk around later and video main stage for you guys so you can get an idea of the scale of that.
I haven't seen it yet, which is kind of making me nervous because I drove past it earlier to go like get my bands and whatever, but I haven't been in to see it yet. So I'm waiting for it to open, and I want to experience it for the first time, you know, like watching whoever's performing on stage.
Well, I would seriously suggest that you go and check out the band after this interview.
I want to go watch them for sure.
They are unbelievable, and they'll give you a good sample of what that stage is like.
And what it can do,
how it sounds. They're a nice tester, especially for a band comprised of the members you have. That'll give you a good taste test.
Oh my word! Yeah. Okay, well,
but the stage is a megalith. I mean, it is enormous, and you could almost see it from space. I feel at this point.
Yeah, like when we were driving in, I was like, oh, that's what they were talking about. This massive dome in the middle of a field. It like was the biggest thing. I was like, what is going on here? So yeah, no pressure, but you know what I mean. Diamonds are made under pressure. So.
Hey, I love that. Yeah, that's amazing.
We'll do our thing.
You know, I think Splashy Fen has come from a festival that was literally one stage on a hill. You've just trekked up from the river, which is a climb.
Oh yeah.
It's a hike.
Yeah. I had a little bit of a
You
workout.
go down easy,
Gym
coming back up.
For the week, boys.
Yeah, totally. And the stage used to be halfway down that hill.
Halfway down?
Halfway down.
How? Is that even possible?
There's a platform, like, to
the
the
one
one
I was
side.
Be like, what?
It used to be halfway down there, and it was literally like two tractors with their trailers backed up to each other. The first stage was like that. 35 years ago, that's where it was.
Wow.
And it is developed into this, which is, you know, more than 10,000 people, and...
Is that how many people... Oh, okay, well.
I'm just amping the pressure for him here. You know, it's like...
Bring all the pressure, please.
It's subtle. What can I say? But like you said, diamonds are formed under pressure,
yes.
bro. It's a really special festival to be at and perform at, and it's iconic in our country. So as a South African musician, to be on the main stage here at Splashy Fen is quite an amazing thing to add to your resume, right?
Oh yeah, no, listen, I respect all festivals. I respect music as a whole. So when this came up on the radar, I actually met Stu at a show I performed at earlier in the year, and he was like, bro, you're on. I was like, okay, snap. And I knew what it was about for over the years, but I think to truly understand, you have to obviously come here and immerse yourself in it, and that's what I'm kind of trying to do this weekend. But so far, so good, and I'm super impressed with how everything has come together.
Yeah, it is. It's a really impressive team that puts together this festival and runs it every year. And where else do you perform aside from at big festivals like Splashy Fen? You know, what other kind of environments do you find yourself performing in, or is it just really a mixed bag?
It used to be a mixed bag, but I found like this year started off like a house on fire. We got the opening slots for Callum Scott earlier in the year, which was insane. And then I think off the back of that, most of the bookings that have just come in have been mainly festival orientated. So I think
notching up a level there.
Yeah, literally, the price went up. So yeah, that Callum Scott gig was absolutely insane. That opened up a lot of things. And I think in terms of the sound that we do, it like warrants having a nice big stage. I'm just talking about having a nice full sound rig, and you must hear the guitar, you must feel the drum.
Yeah.
It must hit you. And I think festivals normally that environment is more conducive for that. So yeah, I think this year it's pretty much mainly festivals in terms of what I see on the calendar. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, if you follow me on
most of them in the country, out the country.
Ooh, I can't break that news yet.
Ooh.
But yeah, most of them are in the country.
Sneaky there. I know nothing, so
you just sense that, eh? What the hell just happened there?
It's my powers, man. What can I say? It's good to know that there are some secrets still to be had, and that people should definitely make sure they follow you so that they can find out these little things that are going to be coming up out there in the world. And this will just be a teaser that we release later on.
I'm not getting in trouble. Luckily they're playing that, and I tried to bet this interview.
He hasn't let anything out the bag, guys. It's cool.
Nothing.
It's cool. But I think, when I went and looked at your music online, there's a lot of music there. When I search you, it pops up with a bunch of songs that you've recorded, and I've checked a lot of collaborations in the mix there.
Yeah. So that was during that era I told you about, like with a lot of dance things happened. And the songs obviously it went well, and they did what they're supposed to do. But again, Genesis, how did this whole thing start? I wanted to go back to those roots. So the new stuff that's coming out soon, wink wink.
Another teaser.
It's gonna be pretty much what you're going to hear on stage tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
So more true to what you envisage your music out in the world.
Yeah, I think more true to music as a whole. I think,
Nice.
I think music needs to be performed and performed live. I think that's how it all started in the beginning. People used to make music, tour it, and then make an album, and then people put the album. I think I want to take it back to that kind of way of thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, there is something that goes down with live performance and the development of a song.
Oh yeah,
right?
100%. I mean, you can make a song literally on AI, right? It'll probably be a decent song, but what do you want to do? You want to go watch that band perform.
Yeah, and then what?
You can't watch an AI. You know what I mean? So music has always been about people interacting with it. And I think that's the most important thing on people.
And I mean, I think especially in this day and age where we are now in an industry where digital music and AI-driven music is starting to flood the field that is already flooded. It's already a flooded field, and now this tsunami is washing over the sea.
But you know what I think, honestly? I think there is so much that's been like kind of forced upon us. But you cannot, I mean, those who listen to music, not just hear it, I'm talking about listen to music, can always differentiate.
And I mean, those are the people you actually want, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
The people who really listen.
So you always can kind of gauge and go, oh, that's an AI song. And then you almost like lose interest immediately. And then when you hear something that's like got like balls and horns, you're like, oh, snap. That's what you like. And I think as long as that's the case, I think we're winning.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit like someone, like I get insurance phone calls, right? Where it's just a robot on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, there's no inclination to stay connected.
At all.
There's instantly that, whereas at least with a human being, you're like, I'm sorry, like, I don't have time for this right now. You know?
100%. I mean, and we're humans at the end of the day. Like, we want to connect. I think there's no better way to connect than live at festivals like this. You know what I mean?
And I mean, I think also it's that authentic human experience that we really desperately need in a world that is flooded by digital social media, where we spend so much of our lives really separate, even though we feel like we know people, we feel like we're connected, we feel like we're part of their lives, but we've gone from being these tribal cultural beings where we would gather and connect, and it was a physical, real life experience.
Now we do it through a screen,
and it's not the same thing. It doesn't hold the same emotion, right, or the same energy. And bringing that back to live performance and the importance of that now is huge. So, as you were saying earlier, like your genre it's fairly hard to place, right? I can relate. How important do you feel your sort of brand identity is? And most musicians, I think, will market themselves as a something, like I'm a rock musician, or I'm a punk star, or I'm a whatever. I do R&B, I'm like the smooth guy over there. 100%. So like, how as a musician who is very flexible in your sound, how do you then develop a brand identity around Apple Gule?
I think, with all things that are meaningful, it's the subtleties, it's the small things that can differentiate you. So I try to, write in a certain way. I sing with a certain cadence. There's certain runs that I do that no one else does. So whether I'm making an R&B song, whether I'm making a dance song, whether I'm making a country song, I sing it kind of the same way.
Right.
But
it's like a signature.
There's always a signature. I think that's the most important thing. It takes years to find that. But I think that's important to have that, that one thing that people can go, oh, that's an Apple Gule song.
Yeah.
So whatever genre it may be, you always know that's me singing. I think it's important to have that one so that you can actually sing in different genres and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, you want to make good music. So if an opportunity comes where you can make a X song with X person, why would you give it up just because you go, nah, I don't make that? No, you're able to be versatile.
Yeah.
So I think the most important thing is the individual itself, as opposed to the genre that you're trying to get into. Make sure you sound like you, and whatever you sing on, or play on. Absolutely. I mean, you can hear with certain people play certain drums or certain guitars. You just know who's playing. So I think it's the same with the vocalist or a singer-songwriter.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as songwriting goes, for me, I started songwriting when I was a kid. And then I learned instruments to try and translate the melodies I was hearing in my head into things other people could then hear and interact with. How is your songwriting process? Do you play an instrument? Do you sing a songwriter and have your band then generate what you're hearing? Or how does this process go down?
So I play guitar, but rudimentary. I do it enough just to be able to know like kind of like an idea of what I'm trying to put forward. Then I've got Zam, who, I don't know, I swear that guy's in my brain. He will like play something and I go, that's exactly what I was thinking. So I think in terms of making the best possible product, collaboration is so important. A lot of people go, no, but I did everything myself. It's like, bro, but imagine you let someone have helped you and made it better.
It's I think huge. People I think don't Quincy
Jones said it, like, take the ego out the room, because you can make the best possible thing that you never thought of, because someone else gave you an idea.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the best songs comes from, something simple, So
one little guitar lick that led to a vocal harmony that led to something you never expected happening. And I mean, I find that with a recording, when I'm recording with other musicians, and we've got the time now to work on all those individual pieces, like, that we may not have the time to do as a band on stage, that we suddenly develop all these different pieces to a song and places my brain wouldn't necessarily have 100%. Gone, and then suddenly that's how I like the song.
Yeah.
And so then the performance on stage changes, because now that's how I like it. Let me
tell you a crazy story about what you just said now. There's a song which I've chosen as my next single, where I was so sure that it was ready, it was done. Gareth, my manager, goes, bro, let's just record certain different parts with the band. Because you did it this like all programming and digital. It sounds good, it's nice. Your grandmother's nice. Let's give it something, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, let's just go. Because I was like, anxious. I want to get the song out.
Yeah.
So now we went into the studio for 2 days with the band, and it's the same song, but oh my God, it just took it to a different level.
Yeah.
And he was like, I told you, son. I was like, yeah, fuck, you're right.
You're totally right. Yeah.
But that's exactly what it is. And there were certain things that the guys played where I just didn't think about, and it changed the whole thing. And I'm happier with the new product than I was with the old. Like, I think the old sounds crap now.
When you compare the two, you're like,
that's
just the pale version,
exactly.
Right? The washed out version.
Exactly that.
Yeah. And I mean, how do you handle the pressure to record and release these days? Because I feel like I've got a lot of backlog that I keep trying to get to record, but then I write new stuff that I'm excited about because it's new, right? And I'm like, maybe it's probably better because I've had growth and time.
Yeah, 100%.
And so then you're like, how do you prioritize what you record? How do you prioritize releasing music?
Listen, I struggle with that, I won't lie to you. I struggle with it so much.
Or do you go Gareth?
But I sometimes just do that. But sometimes there's songs you just know that this one has to be released. So you just have that feeling. There's always something in it. Like, you just can't let go of that song.
Something relevant.
Something just about it. It just tells the story. Like, I'm a big, storyteller, and I feel like everything I write is always around the current situation I'm in life, or whatever the case is. So I wanted it to be my diary, and then just give it to the world. But in saying that, it doesn't always work out. Then I always have to remind myself that, like, even though you've listened to the song now 1,000 times and you're actually bored of it, that reaction you had when you first wrote it and you were excited, someone's going to have that because they're going to hear it for the first time.
Yeah.
So you always have to kind of keep that in mind.
That's a really important thing to remember, and a great bit of advice to give other recording artists,
like, by the time you think it's ready, you actually hate that song by then because you've listened to it, mixed it 1,000 times. You're like, actually, then you wrote something new. You're like, what? And that's what you want.
Yeah.
But you just actually have like some patience and be like, hey, the way I was so excited about this a month ago, there was a reason behind it, and let the song
have some dedication,
have a life of its own.
Yeah. And they really do. Once they're out there, they then do their own thing.
Exactly.
And you have obviously got a really nice team of people around you. It sounds like,
I do.
At least.
Touch wood.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Because it does make the job easier. Musicians these days, we're like a multitude of different things. We've got so many different roles to fill.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And if you have a good team of people who can help you with the marketing, the promoting, and the PR of a song. Because, I remember my first album, I kind of went, I love this, it's beautiful, I'm so proud of it. Here you go, world.
Yeah, dude.
And I had no idea. Like, obviously I was new at it. So,
of course.
you got no idea that throwing it out there was just not going to give it its proper,
it's life.
dues, and wasn't going to give it its right start in life. Right?
Yeah, the thing is, it's so crazy because there's people who have done that, and the song and the album just catches, or a song catches. So there's never like a generic formula to releasing music. Unfortunately, it's just you release it when it's ready, or when the world is ready for it, or whatever the case is. But I think it's always important to try be as prepared as you can. I mean, sometimes you put all the budgets into a song or whatever, and it just doesn't land, and no one likes it, and you wasted all this money. And then the song you put that was actually shit does the best.
Is
and you're
the
like,
one.
What just happened there? So I think, as in life, music has its own life as well. You make it, you know, when it's ready, it's ready. Like sometimes you just know, and then you just let it have a life of its own. You start playing it at small shows, and you see what happens. There's all these things you can kind of gauge with it, but at the end of the day, like, it's just how people react to it. They could have the guy who makes a decision at a record label could have a bad day and hate that song that day, and then not sign it. So I mean, it's literally those fine margins, unfortunately.
Do you feel the record labels are still kind of relevant today?
No, not as much as they used to be. Not as much as they used to be. But I think if you have a good structure in one already, and things are working out the way you kind of plan it. So let's say it's just for distribution, or it's just purely for marketing, and it's working, then, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I think it's not as important as people think it is, one, and it's definitely as important as it used to be. Are
you signed to a record label?
I am. No, so they actually...
Don't listen to him, guys. He really loves you.
They license my music. Right. So why I decided on that kind of deal is because I still want to have, you know, creative freedom. I still want to be like, hey, end of the day, if I believe in something this much, I want it to be the single. And if it doesn't work, it's on me. It's on me. If it loses money, it's on me. So I don't mind. I back myself enough for that. So with the label I have and the team, it was more to develop a new sound that we're doing in SA. And for that, we needed to have certain moving parts. And I think, you know, we're finally getting there. And this year is, I guess, a testament to that. With the festivals we've been getting, I mean, Splashy for sure, like so early in the year is insane.
So it's such a great way to kick off. I think you must be, for sure. I mean, like, it's an amazing thing. And I have to ask about the country. I got to ask about some country music here, just for a second. I mean, country music is an enormous and very well supported genre on a global scale, right? And it's not such a huge thing here in South Africa.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, it's a weird one here in SA, because a lot of people who make, or in the Afrikaans scene, they think that's country music. So it's like a weird, like, thing. So if there's a country festival in South Africa, for example, they book a lot of Afrikaans artists. So it's a kind of like a weird thing. But I think when I talk about country, I talk about what the country represents. It's storytelling. And I think in all my songs, I tell stories. I paint a big picture. And I think that's what country music is. But now, you know, we're not in Nashville, we're not in Tennessee, so we can't copy paste that. So I try and add, you know, elements of where I'm from and my surroundings.
It's got to have its own African flavor,
100%. Right? So I think the trick was trying to incorporate that and then still keep Gule the brand without having to roll R's and make it sound like I'm American or anything like that. Nah, hell no, because then that's just going to be like, oh, he's trying to copy America, and then it loses its authenticity. It loses its whole thing. So I think, I'm more about what country represents as opposed to saying I'm a country artist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nice. Well, I like the fact that you're bringing that to a more South African diverse audience, other than just the Afrikaans.
Yeah, I think, you know, with music, there's so many avenues that you can do things in. So, you know, essentially I sing in an R&B type cadence on like a country type song with an African drum. And you'll be like, what the hell is that? But you'll either go, holy shit, that's good, or you'll hate it. But either way, you have a reaction.
Either way, you feel strongly, and that's actually what you want, right? And then you'll remember it either way because of that reason. And you know, hate and love are like a fine line. Hate can turn to love very quickly. Yeah, absolutely. So tell me about where you're from. Tell me about what your roots are and how that has influenced the stories you tell.
So born and bred eSwatini. Moved to SA, I was probably grade 1. How old are you in grade 1? 9? No, 7. You turned 7. SA is my adopted home, of course. But I think having a Zulu mom, a Swati dad, living in both Eswatini, and I go home as much as I can, living here, you know, and just that diversity of what South Africa is alone.
Yeah.
There's just so many cultures. And also, like, depending on where you stay, I live in Joburg, which is such a melting pot of different cultures and nationalities. I think there's so many stories to tell, even if it's not your own. You can always just kind of like put it into something.
Yeah,
that's where the creativity comes from. So I think, again, why I've been able to stay in the game for these 12 years that it's been, and hopefully it goes even longer, is because of the storytelling. And you speak about things that are happening to you, and at some point it's happening to someone else.
Yeah.
And that's where you find that relatability, and I guess that's what makes the best moments, when you can write a song and it can make someone remember something that happened in their life. And that's what hooks them. I think we all have similar stories to tell.
I think there's some common life experiences that we go through, and I think it also helps. Like, we often go to music when we're in our like most joyful or our most depressed, right?
Yeah.
Either way, music at that moment in time becomes a lifeline, and it's like whether you're celebrating with the music you're listening to or whether you are commiserating with it, it becomes something that makes you feel like you're not alone.
100%.
Like somebody felt what you felt. Somebody knows that and shares it with you.
Yeah, you don't feel alone, you know what I mean? And that's like one of our biggest fears as human beings, right? Is feeling lonely. So I think music helps people to connect to something, or at least hold on to something. And if that could be the case, then I think I'm doing something right. I actually got a crazy story to tell you about.
Please tell me.
I wrote a song with Carl Watson a couple of years back, and one December he sent me a picture and goes, "Bro, look at this," and it was the song Solace, and someone had tattooed it on their calf, on their leg, and the message below it was like, "Yeah, this helped me get through all the things in my life. Thank you guys for making the song." And it's moments like that where you go, you know what? That's all worth it. It's all worth it. So if I can even have another moment like that, whenever it happens again, then I'm still doing something right. Honestly. Like,
somebody tattooed it to their leg.
You know what I mean? That's crazy.
It is a little bit crazy.
You don't know how powerful what you say can be for people.
Yeah.
And I think I just try to hold on to that.
Yeah. No, I mean that is really such an amazing story, and I think like to have your lyrics like woven in to somebody's skin,
like hello,
is really such an incredible testament to the impact you make, and it makes me really excited to hear you perform.
Oh man, I think tomorrow is going to be like a VH1 storytellers / let's have some fun / let's jam together, get the crowd involved. I just want to make it a bit make it real, and I think the best moments come from just being real.
Well, from what I can tell, you're a very real person, and
Thanks,
I think that'll shine
So are
through.
you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I think that it's one of the things that I find with a lot, not all, but a lot of the people that I get to interview, is that we're in this for the right reasons. This industry isn't one that's easy to be in.
Oh, yeah.
It takes, I suppose, like any industry, it takes time and dedication to push through the hard times, figure out the way to do it as well as you can to grow into the best artist you can be, and
we're constantly always growing. If you think you've made it and you're not like willing to learn anymore, then screw you. I believe. I think you should always be wanting to improve yourself. That's just how life works.
Yeah.
You always want to become better. So is music.
And the goalposts always move.
100%.
When you start out, you're like you're this guy in your house jamming your guitar and coming up with some words, and you think, if only I could play this for someone.
Yeah.
Right. And then you get out there and you play it for someone, and you're like, wow, that was cool, or it was nerve-wracking, or whatever it was. That's what it was. And then you start to think, well, if only I could like play this with a band. If only I could record this. And you achieve those milestones, and then the next one, that goalpost moves. Then you're like, if only I could play at like a festival. If only I could play at a big festival. You're actually so right. We should be so lucky and so blessed that we do this. Yeah.
When you say it like that, like we are so lucky to be able to do this. So, I think it's always so nice just to humble yourself a bit and be like, dude, look where you are.
Remember where you started and what that first goalpost was, and now look at the goalpost you're aiming for now.
Freaking hell. Okay, Dawn. Dr. Phil, she's like a little bit of introspection today.
Well, you know what? I think it's what I've been doing for myself.
Yeah.
So it's what I can give to you.
Thank you.
During this interview.
It's who knew when it comes to Splashy and got a therapy session. Oh my word.
It's something I offer, free of charge.
Thank you. Free of charge, I'll take it. And the coffee.
And the coffee.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Marley Coffees. You guys rock. But yeah, thank you so much, Apple, for chatting to me. And if there's one piece of advice you can give to some young dude who's sitting out there jamming on his guitar who just wants to be where you are now, what would this journey have?
Okay, no, first of all, I just want to say this interview happened so last minute, but I'm so happy I took it. Like, literally, you were like, hey, dude, you keen? I was like, you know what? Why not? I'm going to be here, so let me immerse myself in it. So, first of all, thank you for that, for having me. And then, I don't know. I don't want to sound like a generic asshole, but I just think, if it's worth it to you, don't be afraid to struggle, because it's going to be difficult. But anything that's ever been like worth having in life has never come easy. So if you can keep that in mind, you'll take the crap gigs, which become the great gigs, and then, put work into your craft. Unfortunately, like an athlete or like anything, you can have a certain amount of talent, but trust me, there's someone out there working harder than you. So carry on putting in the work, and eventually, if everything aligns, things will happen for you.
Yeah, and I think dedication is important, like you're saying, like if it's worth it, work for it.
100%. You never know how close you are to something breaking through, so you have to just carry on seeing it through.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, after 12 years, have you played some crap gigs? Are there any that you really feel were terrible?
Oh my days, have I played crap gigs? I'm actually thankful for those crap gigs, to be honest with you. That's the perspective I kind of have now, because, you know what I mean? Like, I now perform for 10 people the same way I perform for 1,000 people. And I think having that professionalism only comes from, having bomber gigs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bomber.
Yeah.
I think
hurt.
The more bomby, the better for you in the long run.
Yeah.
True story.
Absolutely.
You have to be like ready and also like know how to deal with things going wrong. And if you haven't had that, you just won't know.
And when it happens, it hits hard.
And like now when things happen that are completely off script in a set or at a show, I know how to roll with it to the point where the crowd won't even notice.
Yeah.
But that only came from having those shitty moments.
Yeah. So those shitty moments actually matter. Like any muso out there, like those really sad gigs, they matter. They are building the backbone.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Where can people find your music?
I'm everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify,
so Apple's on Apple Music. Sorry, I got it.
I knew it was coming. I saw your face and you're waiting to tell that joke. But yes, Apple is on Apple Music, Spotify, every place. Social media is just Apple Gule, one word. Apple like the fruit. Gule, Gule. And yeah, man. I'm pretty like active. So if you like looking to find out where next shows are and stuff, it'll be on there.
And learn the secrets that were hinted at earlier.
You'll see those updates soon. If you want, tickets and I'm feeling generous, just DM and I'll probably give it to you because I love people coming to watch my shows. So,
this is getting better and better.
Oh yeah, we can roll out the red carpet for you, as long as you buy the music.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
It's been wonderful.